Your peers' pillows are filled with tears. Don't be scared to fight those tears without fear. If you want to be a top tier, kick those blankets so you can see the brightness. Welcome to the Domain xER podcast, where we talk to the real numbers, the real changers. We are the X, an element of all real numbers, and we are all about finding the X in you.
Your peers' pillows are filled with tears. Don't be scared to wipe those tears without fear. If you want to be a top tier, kick those blankets so you can see the brightness. God damn! Enjoy, people. Welcome to the xER podcast. I am Liteta Julie, and this is the xER podcast, episode 12. As always, guys, all the time. I'm not alone. I'm with a whole graduate.
Oh, wow.
UCT graduate in Bachelor of Arts in Theatre and Performance. She graduated in the year of 2022. And ladies and gentlemen, meet my wife.
Yes, this is actually my husband. The fact that I posted, I said, guys, leave me alone. Hi guys, I am his wife. I'm Nana Bulabula, but Mrs. Kelly. I am a director, actress, screenwriter, choreographer, producer. I am a lecturer at AFDA. I teach acting and I teach becoming. Yeah. Pretty much.
Those are a whole lot of things. Nana Bulabula. Is it Bulabula or Bulabula? Bulabula.
So the H.
Why did there was a time I think we were still doing Batata Housewives. I think I saw my own things.
What?
Especially Senim Yako. I thought it was.
You thought it was?
Am I gonna embarrass myself and say it now?
Probably. Say it with your chest. Okay, say it.
I thought it was Nana Bulala or something.
Everyone says that.
Oh,
and I'm like, guys,
thanks.
There's a double of Bulabula. Like it's Bula, Bula. It just doesn't have the H as per Xhosa tradition.
But when you pronounce it, you say Bulabula.
Bulabula. You pronounce it as if there was an H, but you write it as if there was no H. So.
You know the kind of energy that you're giving me, né?
What?
I feel like it's the same energy that you had when you was a kid.
Ah!
Yeah, because like I think the past few weeks you posted a picture of you as a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing Udala. She's like, I go like,
I actually should send it to you so you can snip it and see.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. I'm like, yo, I saw that. I'm like, yo, like the image, the confidence, like you were really ready for that peak.
Oh no, and I like things. I started dancing at the age of 1 apparently. I started singing at the age of 3, 4. And started paparing and talking and all that stuff at the age of 5.
Yeah.
So.
And you've carried that energy ever since, all the way.
I even qualified in that energy. Flex. Qualified. Yeah. Of sorts. Yeah.
So like, yeah. It seems like it has always been like that for you. That energy and everything. When was the time when you literally started with acting?
It's
Do you
funny.
remember your first time going to drama class or?
Oh, actually, that was like my grandfather actually spoke about that. Like, before he passed away, it was my grade 1 poetry afternoon where the parents come and watch, and my grandfather came to watch me.
Was this still in high school or primary?
This is primary, grade 1.
Wow.
Like, so he came to watch me, and he said to my mom, you see that one?
No, you can't put away this. They must know.
Let's put it here.
Yeah. Somewhere here, around here, Bachelor of Arts.
Oh, wow.
In theatre and performance. They must know.
But basically, I did a poem, and out of all the kids, I did storytelling in that poem. Instead of like saying, the grandma's leather hand, I said, grandma's leather hand. She did this and she did that. Yeah. And the whole crowd went crazy. And then the teacher said, this one belongs on
you
TV.
At that age. And now I'm like referencing with the picture that I saw.
Guys,
I'm like,
I try to be as introverted as possible. Delayed, guys. I promise you. Except
yeah.
But yes, it has been part of me. Like since I was young till like now, it's my safety net. It's the one thing I know I'm good at. I know I'm gifted at. It's one thing that I'm not understandable. I don't doubt it.
You go straight.
I go straight. I know what I came to do, and when people call me, I know why they call me, because I know I'm the best in the game. Like I can make someone who thought they couldn't act go on and become the greatest thing I've ever seen.
My guy. If I was Norma, who else is going to compliment you? No,
it's actually a quote that I live by. The first thing you do when you wake up, before you greet the world, greet yourself and tell yourself you love yourself. Because that might be the last thing you hear or do. No one can tell you what you need to accept you.
Just like that. Just laid out there.
Don't kill me.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That's So you did the poem, and then it got to a point where when did you realize that this is it? This is the path that I'm gonna go with, and nobody's gonna tell me anything. And were there any other people whispering other things? Go, no, become this, be that.
I think my family knew. I mean, I was dancing from a young age. I was singing at a young age. My dad influenced my music taste. There's actually pictures of my dad sitting in front of like the cassette and the computer and all of that. And he would play music, and that would be our way of bonding. And even when he left and coming back into my life, the only thing that kept us together was music, specifically Kwesta. And that, like, we didn't, like, because he left when I was at the age of 9, and he came back when I was 15. So it was this awkward space where that year where you start like learning how
we're gonna bond together again,
and how to gain respect. It's between those ages, so he kind of missed it. So I was like, so what happens? So he picked me up from school, and we just let music do the job and put the gaps in between. And Kwesta, the black and berry, and that.
I actually saw that. He did send his condolences because in the year of 2023, right? Life took a turn.
Yeah. I remember I was busy with my first short film that I was directing, playing as the acting director.
Wow. How do you do that though?
What do you mean?
I mean, you direct and then you gotta be in it again.
Like, in the sense of like acting director is like, on set you have a director, but most of the times when you have a director's very much focused on the story, the storyboard, as well as the crew, and getting everything 5 minutes till for the actors to rehearse and get to that point. And it's all about the technicalities and not really about the emotions. The role of the acting director is to come and remind the actors how to get to those emotions. So I sit there, and in that 5 minutes I'm like, remember this, try and go there, go to that memory. Or you remember your girlfriend, use that girlfriend thing that you did, because I've spent time with them and I've done, and I know how their roots are to get to. If they need to cry, I need to push them in that 5 minutes to get to those tears, so that when they say action and the director wants it in a particular way, they get there. So that's my actual dream, actually, to be an acting director. I'm very good at what I do, and I think it's something that's God-given. But yeah,
Kwesta?
Yeah. Kwesta was a God-given gift. I did the urges. I was busy doing urges, and unfortunately my dad fell ill, and then he asked to come, like, for me to come and see him. And I dropped everything and I went, and then I told him I'm going to come back. And then when I went back to go and complete the movie, like about a few days later, he passed away. So he didn't wait for me, unfortunately, but when we buried him to Ngudu by Kwesta. We did a tribute just before they took him off with the box. and we played Godu because that's my
Shiny
dad.
Good.
my
Shiny
dad.
Good, yeah.
My dad was literally
Kalama Good.
yo, every note this was me. Kalama Good.
Yo.
I said, Manyora, Fere Kamban. So,
I mean, sometimes when something happens, at the moment you cry about it, but as years go by, I mean, that's where comedy comes from. It comes from serious
If you
things.
actually hear about Trevor Noah's journey as
it's like serious things.
And you're like, Trevor, it's not funny. Trevor, he's like, no. So my dad did that. And my mom did,
and then they shot my mom in there, and then
I'm like, Trevor, blink twice.
Yeah.
Blink twice. But so straight after that, they buried him, and then a few weeks later, I was distraught. But actually the day of the funeral, I had to turn back and go back to Cape Town, finish a shooting. I couldn't grieve. I couldn't do anything because work is work, and the show must go on. Unfortunately, in this industry that we live in, the show has to go on. And a few weeks passed, and apparently Kwesta saw the video of my dad being buried to Ngudu. And his wife showed him the video, and he was like, no, I'm not going to send a message, I want to go there myself. That day was crazy.
I was watching the whole video.
I was coming from a shoot with Michaela. I was coming with a shoot with Michaela, one of my favorite photographers, and I do plus size modeling on the side. And straight after, I said to Michaela, something's weird about today. Because we were going to have a lunch meet up with my family to support my aunt. I thought, my daughter's feeling bad, guys, we need to go and have lunch. Everyone's like, yeah, let's go have lunch. Next thing, my brother's bringing his girlfriend. Next thing, all my besties want to pull through. Next thing, my sisters. Everyone is pulling through to this lunch that was supposed to be.
And when you are in the loop,
I'm like, okay, we're having lunch. I don't know why.
It's not a whole family dinner, friends. What's
going on?
Yeah.
And then I wanted to take pictures inside because the aesthetic is so nice. I actually have pictures of what I took. I was like, screw you guys, I'm gonna take pictures. They were like, Nana, come outside. I was like, no, I want to stand inside and I want to take pictures. Yeah, I'm always a nice one, so I was like, flip, I want to stand for myself. And I remember my family friend was like, Nana, get out now. And I said, fine. And I walked out. And then I sat down and I was like, oh, I'm so annoyed by these ones. I'm so, did we finish?
Yeah.
And then as soon as then my best friend takes her phone out. And then she's like, don't cry. That's where the video starts.
Yeah.
Don't cry. I'm like, what's going on? You're scaring me. Don't turn around. Actually turn around. I'm like, hey, what's going on? I turn around and I see Kwesta. Oh, flip! I cried. But it was a sign of God for me. That was a message from my dad, but through God. It was that, in the darkest spaces, that's when the light shines bright. That's when the light will shine bright. You gotta trust the darkness because it will show you the light. You gotta trust the darkness.
Instead of wanting to run away from the darkness.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you sit in the darkness and you actually take the time to actually embrace it.
I mean, even when you pray, you close your eyes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you close your eyes.
Embrace the darkness. Embrace the darkness and surrender. And in that process, I was dying inside, but it was like, I kid you not, week after week. Because straight after that, I found out I got to interview Kani for my thesis. And I'm like, what's going on, God? What's going on? What's going on? And it was just blessing after blessing after blessing.
Yeah.
And even though I was in the darkness, I could touch the stars.
Yeah.
That's how
the greatest actor here in South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
You got a chance to sit next to him.
I remember.
Talk. Obviously, you're going to have to unpack that for us. Before we get to you and what you've done and all that, please, that's the legend. I mean, that's a legend. And we follow in his few footsteps as well. So please.
He is amazing. He is powerful. just in a space with him, you feel he was chosen for this job. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't something he chose. It was God-given.
And I think it runs in the family because I once met Uputatan Kani. His energy. Yo.
It's very real.
Yeah.
It's very raw. It's very raw. Hi.
And
you're like, you.
He just greeted me.
No, like when we began, I remember I said, "Hi, Dada, thank you so much for doing this." And I'm like, Dada. So my research is based on believability and South African believability on screen, screen performances. And basically the questions I'm going to ask about are about acting and if there's any chance we can improve our believability. And he said, okay, Sanalon, let's start.
Yeah.
Art is life.
Yeah.
And consequently, life is art. I said, let's go home. Yeah. Let's go. What? That's enough. That's a whole part of that.
Yo, so like, how did it happen that you ended up meeting him? Like,
After.
Did you? Oh.
After. If it wasn't for David Max Brown, shout out to David Max Brown, my post-grad lecturer, my everything. He is everything that I am now, today, in my film industry. I owe it to David. I owe it to David Max Brown. He is the reason why I don't stop. Like I said, you know what would really help, David? You see, the angle I'm trying to go is I wish there was like a Connie Ferguson or John Kani.
And then he's the one to just...
He was like, why not?
Yeah.
He was like, why not? Why are you limiting yourself? Everything I do, David's like, it can be done. It can be done. We will hustle, we will fight, but it can be done. Do not put that in your mind that you can't do it. Do not put a block in front of you because you are the person who puts the block. Not life putting it, you put that block in front of you. It is a choice. Everything you do in the film industry, in the acting industry, everything is a choice. You can choose, and that's what Dr. John Kani taught me was art is also a choice. You can choose to look at the things that you do as art, or you can choose to do it just for the money. You're the one who decides the texture of your work.
It's
what
up to
people
you.
know about you. So, yeah, pretty much. And then I met him, and then it was really nice. It was empowering. It was, wow. A time I'll never forget. Just a whole hour with him. I felt honored.
Yeah.
I flew out from Cape Town to Joburg.
Just to meet him.
Just to meet him. And it was just, I was grateful. I asked him, one of the powerful, I wrote it in my thesis. If it's out there, guys, my next year, you should check it out. But I said, there's one thing I asked him, I said, Tata, I feel so distraught. He said, because there were so many discussions of things that are blocking us as South African film industry. And it feels like everyone is addicted to instant noodle acting, where, oh no, we're just doing it for the check. And no one really gives the rehearsal time, things to get to know. I meet the love of my life that's supposed to be the love of my life on the day. Me and you got to like thread out our relationship as husband and wife. In film, there is no threading unless you make friends with that person in the split second and figure it out. But if me and you are supposed to look like we've been married for 20 years, we haven't even figured out what's our touch, what's our body contact, how do we kiss, how do we hold. I'm supposed to kiss a person that I've literally just met 5 minutes ago. How? So he was like, this industry doesn't have the budget for this. Also, you have to, if they have it, it's great. But sometimes you might not find the budget that has space or capacity for rehearsals. Like the budget might not incorporate rehearsals. And even with that said, you have to lean on your talent as actors.
So you must be able to, same time.
But also, we also are beaten up at another corner because we have the we like to credit unqualified acting. We've already given awards for that. Not to say that there are people who can't get awards even though they never went to study for it. They can. I mean, it's great. But it's always like, what are we saying about the quality of our acting? You would never go and allow a doctor to go, and he used this quote, he said, you'd never allow a doctor who's never done surgery in his life to go and work on your heart because it's your lifeline, right? why do we not hold acting at the same regard that we allow just anyone to step on the stage without the experience, the qualifications, the understanding, the methodology? He said art is a science. Every artist, from a painter to a singer to an actress to a filmmaker, there is a methodology. There is a way in which it is done. I can't decide now, I want to be a screenwriter. There's methods. There's Robert McKee who brings in his own MTPs, things. Before you write a story, there's a whole structure. That's what I learned from Dr. John Kani, that art is a science as well. But we like to credit abantu that don't have it. And now what are we saying about our believability? But anyway, he says this quote. He says, I said, Tata, now it feels like we're in like a block where there's no hope for acting. Does that mean we'll never have improved believability? And he was like, no. And I said, Tata, then what's going to happen? Because, okay, from your angle, Tata, I said, you've been in Black Panther, you've been in this and this and that. You've seen all the greatest things internationally and globally. What do you think we can take and learn from them? Do you know what his response was? He said, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Just like that.
We have everything we need. We have the best stories, the best people to tell those stories. But do we have the funds? Funds constrain the improvement of South African acting on screen.
And that's true. Yeah, that's true.
That's literally that. And I said, that's very true. Because also a lot of it, not entirely, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that even if there is big funds like in the film, but what are we doing with those funds? Are we using them to create spaces where people can rehearse? Or are those funds being used for other things? What are those funds? You can have funds.
Yeah, but
how are you using it? It's like you can have R1 million, but how are you using it? Are you buying land, or are you buying the sneakers you've been wanting for a long time that cost almost $500,000? Gone. Done. For what? What are you doing with that money? So it's a question to the industry. But that's what I learned. I learned about the quality of acting I want to do. I learned that I have to make a name for myself before I can actually be the one to say, actually, I would like Black Panther to be in Xhosa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I learned, and I learned a lot from Dr. John Kani, and I hold him at such a high regard. Just the opportunity to sit next to him, to talk to him, to take notes. The vibration in the room of like regalness, like it's a gift. It's literally echoing in his body as he speaks. But yeah, man. Yeah.
So you've done like so many plays. I think it's like 7+ and up. And counting. Love, Romeo and Juliet.
How did you know?
Wait, listen. I've heard that Romeo and Juliet is about two people that love each other and all that and all that.
Damn, you did your research.
So Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, no, it was in UCT. It was I did it with Siba Koba. It was really nice.
Why are you laughing?
Please.
What?
It was a very good one. It was a very good scene, and wow. I think okay. So Romeo and Juliet was the first play I actually had to learn intimacy training. And we did Love again with the same part now on, because at the time Claire Stopford liked our chemistry on set. But we did intimacy training for the first time, of which I took notes, and now when I teach people intimacy, I still teach that.
Oh, you wow.
What?
No. Yeah. You can carry on.
Yeah, but I just it was the first time I learned how to approach and how to let someone in and pretend
the
have
red,
it.
buttons
The
and green
red, the green
buttons,
buttons, learning where is safe. We didn't even have buttons. It was a matter of you let the spacer guide you.
Okay.
So she would make you stand opposite, and you stand opposite, and you'd approach each other. And when you're ready, allow the other one to touch. And if you're okay, you can lay your hand into their palm. So they'll give you a moment, and you'll allow, and you'll move, and you'll move. And then if you're uncomfortable, you shift, and you shift, and you'd be like, okay. And then if he touches here and you're uncomfortable here, you'll take his arm gently and move it to a place that you want.
Oh, okay.
Understanding each other's body. Same with him. Like if I touched him in a place, where are you okay with? So that was the first time.
So that's why you had no problem with me on Patet Housewives.
Yeah.
So she was playing my wife in Isizi on Patet Housewife, and I remember this other time we were racing, and then when I read the script, I could already imagine how this scene is supposed to be like.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, hey.
Yeah. Just trigger warning, it was like a rape scene of some sort.
Yeah. So now I'm like, the script is telling me, brah, hold this woman like this, do this to her, do that. And the lines are already explaining.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm looking at you, I'm like, hey, is she going to be fine with this? And then we started racing.
Yeah.
And then she was the one to tell me, brah, hold me here,
touch
do
me,
this.
do this.
And I was
my
really
chest.
playing
You must
safe.
literally feel.
I
want you to like.
I was really playing safe.
This was like,
I even told you because I'm taking advantage of when, but yeah, this is like, brah.
Because I truly and honestly believe that we're constantly in like service of the characters. Like we're constantly working for the character. So at that moment, I'm not Siziwe. I mean, I'm not Nana. I'm Siziwe.
Yeah.
At that moment, for Siziwe's story to be told, you have to show the degree, show the audience in this moment what she endures night after night. So if you're saying, oh, Siziwe, leave him because he does this. Now you want him to leave because he does this. Really? Come on. But if people see that, you know, the cries I was doing, it's because I need them to hear, but yes, like that's, as actors, as performers, as singers, we're literally storytellers at every second.
So do you believe in method acting?
Oh, babes, I do that every time.
Yeah.
I do that.
But
I've actually taken it to the extreme, actually.
I was about to ask about those kind of parts, the extreme parts.
Are you sure?
Because they are like actors that get deep into it, like very deep into it to a point where
they can't come out.
Yeah, it's really easy to go in, and then
but it's so hard to
come out. Yeah, but so now you find great, well-known actors who get into method acting. For instance, there's one of the guys that once played Joker. I don't think it's the recent one.
Heath Ledger.
My God.
He did it so well, but he passed away after it. But
so how do you manage to get out and get in and just balance everything?
I think because most of the roles that I play are very hectic roles.
Yeah.
So it is a very you need to be very emotionally aware. But you need to create. The thing about acting, I'll put it like this. My tutor, Mlondi Tubezana, shout out to you, the greatest man who's ever taught me acting, and he wasn't even an acting coach. He just substituted that day, but he taught me. He's the one who made me want to further my studies.
Wow!
Because he said we walked into a class one day, and he made us look at a point, and you have to say hi to your demons, and that's the only time you can take a step forward. Every time you say hi, you're only allowed to say hey, hello, hi, but every time you take a step, it has to be saying that honestly. You can't perform high work. You have to say hi to your demons. It was the hardest. And if someone, let's say you guys are all taking a step and everyone's in this moment, oh my gosh, hi. And one person performs it, everyone has to start again. And we did it for a whole afternoon.
Sure.
Right? But he said the reason why I did this is because before you can act, before you can break down a character, you have to break down yourself. You have to understand yourself as an actor or as an actress before you can understand another character. Because for as long as you can't understand this, you can't understand the tools of this. And you won't be able to do your job to apply the character into the vessel that you are. For as long as I know what are my triggers, what makes me cry, what makes me laugh, what makes me fall in love, what makes me be a baby, what makes me smile, who makes me smile. When I speak to that person who makes me giggle, look, you see, I went to that memory and I'm giggling and I'm a baby again because that person does that to me. I need to understand. And as actors, I urge all actors, if you do not understand yourself, you cannot go forth and act.
And that doesn't only apply in acting.
In life.
The way you just said it does not only apply in acting. It applies in everything. Yeah.
If you do not, because you won't be able to come back to yourself if you don't know yourself. You need to know that the house that holds you, unana, uliteta, you need to know how it looks, how it feels. You need to know who you are before you can step into another role. Because it's a dangerous world. Some people tap into... For example, Kwesta acting, when I was in Inkunzane Nolwimi, some characters would tap in, I don't know if it was the characters or it would be someone in the audience, would be triggered and go into a trance. And you'd have to come and...
Like Shaka Ilembe vibes.
My guy.
Wait, who was directing?
Mandla Botte.
I knew it.
Mandla.
I just knew it.
And he taught us that we should not, especially as we cheese, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
But you literally have to go in and because it affects your identity, but you need to know how to return to yourself.
Even the audience as well.
You have to.
It's understandable on set. On set, it's understandable.
The audience.
During the play, someone you'll
just hear, and you know. And you'd give a moment, even if you're in the zone, give a moment for that character for that audience member to digest everything. And I remember I was playing one of the three witches, and I was like, Tulika mhlaba, tulika tetuvakale kabalela, tulika mhlaba, So, moral of the story is, I was tapping into a realm that I wasn't used to as a cheese, but it's a different character, but I knew who I was. So when I go in, I say and I urge all actors, create your home zone. When you go on set, it's nice to talk to friends, but also know how to step out, create your tap-in zone where you leave Nana behind and you surrender yourself to the character. Then when you come off set, do something as a ritual, like put in earphones. Maybe it's a song that transitions you back to who you are. That's what I would do.
Oh, so you have a bridge between going in and coming out of it.
Yeah,
sure.
So that you know, it would be listening to music or dancing. I don't know if it's that video that I posted with Abdul. Abdul Latif.
Yeah.
I was dancing. I like to dance.
Yeah.
So that it brings me back to who I am. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now I'm gonna go get beat. Okay, let's go. You know what I mean? But I say method actors. I do method acting. I've done like serious method acting, but I know when to tap in and tap out. Last time I almost didn't tap out, but
you managed to tap out.
Yeah. I mean, like having to go through that abusive relationship during the time of rehearsals was actually a method of acting.
Bro, on that day, I could feel that you took that emotion and then you applied it straight into the character and it was the perfect emotion. You didn't have to twist and turn it. Just take it as it is, apply it straight to this Siziwe character.
Yeah, that's literally... I think all actors should understand that everything you experience, my darling, don't be afraid of emotions. I tell my students all the time, human emotion is the best thing you can digest as an actor because that is your actual tool. Other people use computers. Other people use instruments. Other people have outside energies that are being used to tell the story. You use the inside. You use your body, mind, and soul. You have to think like a person. You have to be that person. You have to act like that person. You have to love like that person. You have to laugh like that person. You have to throw like that person. You can't throw as you, because the moment we see you, you're not the character. You're not doing the job.
So Nkunzane Nolwimi, it was directed by Utata Mandla, and then Ujonga Mpumalanga naye as well.
Yeah, I don't remember who directed it.
His plays are always leaning on Africanism side, and I think you once mentioned in Njando Bangaba, you working with Utata Mandla has shown another side, has made you discover another side of you, because even now, even on your content, you add a bit of African
100%.
taste. My God.
100%. Like, my family's so, like, sorry, I'm gonna toss English right now. It's so dequad.
Yeah.
It's so dequad.
Yeah.
But what to give, man? Because every time I have a party, every time I just want to add some sort of Africanism.
Yeah.
But the idea of that is because Utata Mandla Mbotwe, praise be to him, may God bless him. He broke me out of the limits of what I thought I was a cheese girl. So I didn't think I was worthy of telling African stories because I couldn't speak Xhosa the way other people were speaking Xhosa. But I had a hunger.
Yeah.
And he saw it. He saw that I would go the extra mile and be like, this is what I want to say, but and he'd be like, okay. Then there came a day, I think specifically my moment with Utata Mandla Mbotwe was the day that he made me ululate. And he made us ululate in class, and we're sitting there, and mind you, I don't ululate for shots. At the time I didn't. Now! Pull me up. Put me in, coach.
I'm gonna pull up.
Pull me
pull
in.
up like.
And I remember there going, and he was like, he made us all stand, especially as the girls, and he goes, ululate. So one by one, each person chose their ululation. Sure. I actually want to write a play on that. So each one had a different one.
Sorry to cut you. So it's his thing to, I don't know, always take people to their roots.
Yeah.
Because recently my friend went for the auditions. Me and my friend went for auditions at UCT. And then he was being auditioned by Utata Mandla. And then he told me that he asked him to praise himself through his clan names. So now that you're saying that, it's like his thing.
You had to. I praised UCT for this part of my life was really about me discovering me. Because Utata Mfundo actually also was somebody in my first year. We had to learn everyone's clan names. Like everyone, including the Sotho and Bedi people.
Okay.
Like we had to study them, and you'd have to know about, okay, Kamalako goes ban, and you'd be like, what? But until we got to fourth year, when we understood, oh, snap, it's part of the culture. It's part of bringing back those roots. Because back then, there was no such thing as surnames. It was clan names. 25-8. It wasn't Unana Bulabula, it was Unana Wakwahatebe.
That is why you'll find some people Nana Khatebe.
Yeah.
There wasn't a surname.
Yeah.
So we find the surname yaki as well. Yeah.
Unana kanandi pha Bulabula, uMakhatebe ungelengele undlebe enhle zombili. Umashwabato washabatela inkomo nempondo zakhe uzikota ubhongane. Umashiya amahle amade ajengenyamazana. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Like, you had to learn everything, and on top of that, with your history in UCT, you had to also learn like your grandparents' clan names.
Yeah.
So I thank UCT for that, because so with the ululation, what happened is that we all did it, and it was like one by one. So you'd hear like the strong ululation, then there was like and I started with Yilili. Actually, it's faster now, but it was way slower. I actually was
yeah.
And he was like, "Don't make me angry.
Sure.
Don't make me. Are you mocking me? Are you mocking me?
Sure.
You will do it with your whole heart and your whole mind. Do it." And I was like, And I did it. Yo.
How long are you gonna do it, Jay?
No, I can't. Yeah, I know, I'm shy. But and now I do it with so much volume.
Yeah.
You hear that? So much volume. And then also learning that babies go ria, 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 and learning
And those are
ululations from different cultures.
wow.
I didn't know that.
It's my first time hearing of that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. People from the different homes would come, and I learned that during the time, and also during meeting people recently when I went. Now when I go to Umgiti or some sort of celebration, I will listen to each home's ululation.
Yeah.
And the way they do it and why they would do it. You'd find out it would be mixed with, like, you'd hear and then you hear and you'd hear tikokoko, and then you'd be like, okay, wait, that tikokoko is because you're actually mixed with town. You're mixed with the city.
Okay.
It's not pure.
Yeah.
Each ululation has a history, actually.
Wow.
It has influence, it has social economic imports, it has, you'll hear even the way the person ululates, how long they ululate, how strong is their ululation. I go halfway because my breath can't hold.
Yeah.
My mom gets shocked because I ululate better than her. Practice. But it's important. Tatu Boto taught me about, like, my roots and my culture, and that I can do anything I put my mind to. Now I'm writing, as we speak, a 90-minute feature film in Xhosa, and it's Xhosa. Yeah.
Okay.
Cheese girls can do it too. Pretty much. But yeah.
So you did all these beautiful plays, Love, Romeo and Juliet, Nkunzane Nolwimi, Jonga Mpumalanga, and then you recently went on a premiering of a film that you were in, Geboxte Liefde.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Boxing love, Geboxte Liefde.
Boxing Love.
Yeah, like it was an Afrikaans film. It was very most empowering.
You're playing the character of Ntabiseng?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's coming out to your screens next year, February, on Showmax.
Guys, you see the people that I'm with. Hey, next time I'm gonna pull up with you. Hey, guys, say what you tell
Yeah, no, it was a beautiful character. Shout out to my director, Annalise. She's an amazing human being. She was so, being the only person who is black on the cast was very scary for me.
I saw that like, hey, Nana.
A lot of people were like, dude, I looked at this cast and I was like, hey, kid. But shout out to Annalise. I think having a director that actually understands the fears that you might have as a black person and not feel offended and actually be like, no, if you need anyone to talk to, I'm here. Like, if there's anything, just talk to me. It's a safe space. First day of shoot, she bought like a box of chocolates, put them on my table, my dressing room table. I was like, I actually still have her note actually in my room. I keep it in my handbag. But she's like, good luck for your first day, blah blah blah, all this stuff. But it was really nice. It's a story about a young woman. I play the neighbor that is next door, who takes care of her daughter, the main character's daughter. And I'm just there as the bestie, you know. But this girl is going through a heartbreak. Her baby daddy is marrying some model, and she's just having a, excuse my French, shitty life. But with that being said, her friends encourage her, dude, get your life. Get your life. And she decides, okay, I'm going to go and do a hobby. Oh, let me do boxing. And she meets the trainer who she falls in love with. And he has his own baby daddy, baby mama drama. And they fall in love, and then their baby daddies and baby mamas try to pull them apart.
It's all baby mamas, baby tatas, baby...
baby young kingdom. Yeah. But moral of the story, it's an empowerment of, like, for you to really, truly receive love, you gotta find love within yourself. The frequency of love that you search for so much, you find it in yourself first. You're the one who decides, actually, the frequency must be at 94.7.
Hence you said earlier on, first know yourself.
Yes.
Then
go.
Yeah.
The type of love you seek, the type of friends you seek, the type of people in your life that you seek.
Just your circle.
It
Circle
says,
is very important.
it says a lot about you and your frequency, the tuning of frequency. I mean, shout out to one of my best friends, my bestie, Poppy. She grounds me in terms of my career. Then I've got Bulabula, who grounds me in terms of my emotions and my life and my faith.
411.
And you know what I mean? And I've got Snayo, who is my prayer sister. But they're very high frequency women. Like, they're very Poppy. She don't play like that. She's like, so we're going for our masters. Sure.
Yeah,
We're doing our
let's go.
PhD. Sure. Chomi, what we do for fun, like, we actually go to car dealerships and just go either test drive or sit in a car.
Wow.
Just, okay, Chomi, I'm gonna buy that one. Hey, it's 3M. That's fine. Let's go. We don't have it yet, but we've told ourselves that's cheap for us. Where we're going, it's cheap for us. Oh no, your company, we need to merge our companies for a project for this, and okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Opening companies. That's how what we talk with Poppy.
Let's manifest this whole thing.
Like, whatever you want to do, put your mind to it. With Bulabula, I'm surrounded with a woman who's just constantly telling me about my emotions, about who I am, my confidence, the frequency. You can do anything. She's the one who's like, you can do anything.
Was she the one during the thingy that was saying, I know you're gonna give James? Was she the one that was saying that?
No, that's Sisha.
Oh, okay.
That's Sisha. But Sisha also, she, oh my word, she'll constantly be telling me, baby girl. She brings out like the strategy, because also another thing, guys, I'm a creative director and a manager for influencers and stuff. I work for Mantra. Shout out to Mantra. Just working for and with Sihle has opened my mind to my potential. Like, Sihle makes me put the pen down. Poppy makes me think it. Sihle makes me put the pen down and do it. Bulabula makes me feel it. And then Sinayo makes me pray it. And
it's just different streams, and then just to make this one thing. Wow.
Everything I touch, but most importantly, my mom is the one who's my prayer warrior. My mom is my everything. My mom, I wouldn't be who I am, where I stay, what I do without my mom. My mom.
I saw in one of the videos. Was she the one holding a gun?
Oh yeah. Yes. My family has we have a inherited gun. Because my grandfather was a policeman, and my mom got the inheritance of the gun. And then I hopefully will, when I get my gun license, will also inherit it. But I'm also scared of it. But I've seen a gun that I would like. But yeah,
a gun that you would like.
Yeah, I go sometimes at Century City and go like P7, P9. I'm like, okay, cool.
Let me just,
yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah, like it's cool. Like, my grandfather just wanted my mom to be protected because she was going to Ekoli, Johannesburg at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was a rough time, and there was a lot of things happening in the areas at the time. So, same thing with me. My mom just wants me to be. My mom is very much a mangobo. My mom.
I saw that beautiful Makosa Trastasha.
Don't worry. I am currently in a predicament where my mom go Kwam. Because every time, all my guy friends, literally, shout out to Sive, shout out to Ami, and all my other guy friends, they all think my mom is the most finest thing. A lot of all my other guy friends, like everyone after, like, they go, dude, Miss Loretta. They call her Miss Loretta because Kevin Hart made that joke. Miss Loretta. I like it right on my legs on my toe.
I know that part of the movie. Yeah,
pretty much. So I get that a lot, and I get so annoyed. I'm like, oh, please, I cannot be dating someone or vibing with someone or in a situation.
Yeah.
But every time they go, babe, it wasn't for the fact that I love you, ne? Like, yo, then we'll stepdad.
Yeah.
Stepdad. Yeah, my mom is pretty brown eyes. Yeah. But yeah, pretty much, that's me.
Wow. Wow. Nana, I must say, I really enjoyed this whole, it was like fun, man.
I'm glad.
It
I'm glad.
was really, really fun.
I was trying very much to be a lady during this. You know how I am. You know how I am. Sorry, guys.
So, how was it like actually playing xER for you?
xER was a very demanding character. It was when I say demanding, I mean way above me. Like it wasn't, I knew it wasn't for me.
She needed a lot of you.
Yeah. And she demanded a lot, and it was like there was no other way. You had to keep getting at that level, if not better, because it wasn't for me. It was for all the women who would be watching, who were sitting in the crowd, going through some sort of breakup. And shout outs to Zubair for writing that beautiful piece of work, because in that, for example, I got to leave an abusive relationship, you know, a mentally and emotionally abusive relationship. And because I kept on facing her, she demands you to look at her. And she represents a whole, like, how would I say, a martyr, a whole myriad of African or even just people of color. Because a lot of times, you know, we're taken as tough cookies.
Yeah.
And you see these black women and also colored women and Indian women, but the big verbose women, we think because they make jokes and they're the funny ones and they're always bubbly, they're always... You don't know that the people who are the funniest are actually the ones that have the deepest going on inside. And looking at her and knowing her intestines and knowing her emotional intestines, I'm like, Sissy, wait. Yo, but can't we tone it down today?
Yeah.
And every time when we go on, we gotta go.
Yeah.
But it was very fun. It was very fun. It was also nice to play a stereotype and turn it outside. Like you see the Shebeen Queen.
Yeah.
And you actually tear her apart.
Okay, yeah, so that you can see what's
going on inside. Like,
because her shipping queen status, she's only doing for the people.
For the people, like, you know, come here to tag up, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you know, that whole, but it's a whole thing of looking at young or even old, just women of color who you think are loud, or you think, oh, they could tone down, or you think, oh, too bubbly, or oh, she'd never have a bad day. Those people, when they do have bad days, it's the deepest, because remember, the higher you go, the higher the fall. That's the thing. The more you bubbly, the more being sad is such a yeah. So it was a life lesson. I think xER is one of the characters I will be forever grateful for, because she got me out of a place that I never thought I would leave. But I had to look at her for me to realize who I was and how I had to leave. So me knowing that I was the first to step out of mine, and I hope everyone who watched that show was able to leave those relationships that didn't serve them anymore. So yeah.
Sure. So how did Zubair discover you?
I think
because for Kara was through a friend.
Yeah, I think Bokang or somebody. Yeah, somebody said, I think it was Bokang or but and then when I arrived, he was like, okay, this is the character, and
and there were quite a few xERs, eh?
Yeah, there were. Apparently they were.
Yeah, even with all.
How was it for you when you finally like did it with me? Like, how did it feel first time doing it with me?
Yeah, I think Mr. Zubair, he asked me after all the xERs were finished and all that, and then he was asking me about, what do you think of this kind of xER? What do you think about this kind of xER? And they were like very, very like different, obvious personas and the way of playing with xER. But with you, the same way that you played it during the performance, it was giving that vibe of, this xER is really trying to say, okay, problems.
Yeah.
Let me hide you so that nobody sees.
Yeah.
Guys, let's all smile.
Yeah.
I don't have any problems. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it was
glad.
really nice. I really loved and liked performing with you.
I hope we do again. I hope we do
Yo,
like literally.
That's so many say he's really praying for another one.
Another one.
He's always like posting and all that.
Oh,
He was
guys,
like,
I
"Yo,
really
guys,
wish I
just
could
one
go
more."
back. You guys should, if we go back, you guys should watch it. Another one. We want another one.
Just one more, Mr. Zubair.
I do want to write the script about urination now. Because that's actually my project that I wanted to called Queenie.
Okay.
And I'm working on it. But yeah, urination, there's something about it.
You just have something for it.
Yeah, there's a power behind it. It's a...
You want to know its essence.
And I think, let me give a shout out to Tadumandla Mbotwe for that. Because in Ngunzane and Olwemi, when something happened or when an ancestor was speaking or someone died or whatever, everyone would stop and ululate at the person thinking as a language. So it would be like as an urgency, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. You speak, but you can't speak. You have to ululate. And the person's trying to hear where the hell is this coming from. I was all
Mbote's plays
spiritual. They never are the same. They're spiritual.
Yeah. Because I watched it at the trees of the sermon.
Oh
my God.
Oh
my God.
Oh.
Yeah. It's yeah. So what do we soon Nana in 5 years?
Where do I see you, Nana? Ooh.
Why are you laughing?
No. No, the reason why is because I know the first part, but I don't want to say that one out loud.
What?
No.
No. You can say it. You can say it. You can say it.
No. I hope, future Nana, that in 5 years' time, 1, you are happy and you are content. 2, I see myself with my PhD. I see myself with my... I just registered my film company, by the way. Yeah, film production company. So...
Well, yeah.
I see myself in 5 years at least having investors. And I see my first feature film being shot.
Okay.
At least shot. Then we'll edit it. But I see that. And I see my first EP having already like done its rounds, platinum and all that.
You know that it has actually happened. You just have to take your body and put it there. That's all. Are you aware of that?
Wait, let me then say the one that I don't want to say out loud. Let me say it to myself quickly. I see... Yeah.
You're not even going to whisper for it. You're not even going to whisper.
I see Nana in a very happy companionship. Let me put it like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me put it like that. Like, I hope it goes well for her. I mean, if the other one's business is doing well, sure. But like, yeah, cool.
Eh?
Yeah.
So if they're not doing well, then you can't...
No, because... And this is not to sing a lot more long. Like, and this is not to sing a lot more because I'm already paying for half of the wedding.
You once said something when I think you saw this other BMW and then you said that's a car you would buy for your husband.
Oh yeah, no, i7.
So you, wow, yeah. That guy would be
yeah,
like
BMW.
Yeah,
i7. If I'm correct, yeah, it's an i7.
Did you write it down?
I went and I sat and I prayed in it. I went to the actual dealership.
Hey, that guy would be very lucky.
Yeah, it's the BMW i7.
Oh,
yeah.
it's giving Bentley vibes.
Yeah.
I mean, Rolls Royce. Is it Rolls Royce? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Rolls
giving.
Royce. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
wow.
It would be my gift to my husband. Yeah. And then my dress is about 150K.
Okay.
I know that.
Flex.
This venue is 300K. I know that.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to pay for those things, the venue and the dress.
Then he must just pay low boy.
And catering, my guy. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Or I pay for the white and you pay for the
For the Kosa one.
Yeah, he must pay for it because Kwesta is it's unholdable.
Yeah.
The Xhosa and khona umakhelwane.
Yeah.
Khona ichomis kamakhelwane. Kukhona abantu abavela phi.
Khona abantu abazizalela nomakhelwane kwalapha
Ufonini.
Mamela kubizwa umakhelwane
Yedwa.
Umakhelwane uzobiza ifamily. Mamela intwana kanatsika apha
Uyachata. Jonga. And next thing ngokubuya ndiyabuya ngoba inyama izothi ngani. Sekuxhelwe ingoma ezimbini ngokufanele sikwe 7 fanele njani Jonga.
Hayo bazi izisu zabo baba.
Iqondo ba 7 lobola leyo Jonga lobola leyo. Inkomo eyi 7 lobola.
Uthatha lezi kulotyolo wena ngazi.
Fonini njani eyam into kweyam. Hayi no kusefuna that's what I'm like and weske kukhona nendwendwe zikabantu ba
Yeah.
okanye umuntu ebedlula egqitha
No machuku ugcwele kangaka.
ugcwele kangaka yafuna inyama abantu bangene qoba hey kuseni hayibo front man suka up is back up hey sorry I said I was going to be a lady
Yeah.
No I'm a lady guys. Come on. Sorry. I'm demanding the seats. I'm lady kaloku xa izovela kuwe ukoma ndawo boma PPP. Okay.
Guys.
No man, Chonga. No, but also nakho khona nezinto zokupheka and besides even inyama, utshwala ibhekile uqoma yer.
Needs.
Njani? Kodwa ma siyayilona ngithi mina ndiraza mina ndibhatale leyo belungu mina.
Yeah.
Emhlophe umshado omhlophe wami.
And then the rest
Because at least later safumana i-bouncers.
Yeah.
Akungenwa mntu nje.
Yeah. Nana, all of that has happened. You just have to put your body into it. Just experience and live the moment. That's all. Because the way you've said it, it's already there. Okay, that's what I not know but understand. Once because right? So you've already said it, you just have to be in it.
And also like for me, I truly believe that everything that I am is because of the God that I serve. I would not have met Kwesta if it wasn't for the God that I serve. I was actually saying it to that when before my dad passed away, I used to say growing up, Diddy, one day I'm going to have so much money that I'm going to take you to a Kwesta concert. That's what I used to say. I'd work hard, do all that, just so, even if it's in the back row, but just so that my dad can be in the crowd and bond over that. When he passed, I was like, but I was supposed to take you to a Kwesta concert. So I told myself after he passed, I'm going to go to a Kwesta concert with a hoodie and ask Kwesta to sign it.
Yeah.
And then when Kwesta came to me, I said, look at the God I serve. That's the God I serve. To be quite honest, if I were to finish and answer your question, everything that I've said I know is going to be done immeasurably more than I could ask or imagine because of the God I serve. So I know that I'm going to win awards beyond my control. I know that things will, no matter what I go through, they're working out for the good. No matter if 5 years it's not there, it's working out for the good. Like, it's not there because it's not there yet. Not because it's not going to happen. And I'm confident that the one who started something great in me is going to finish it.
I think people need your energy. Whenever, guys, this is the episode where whenever you feel down or demotivated or whatever, this is the episode you should watch. People need your aura. They should be influenced with your aura. Just your livelihood and energy. Just you.
Thank you so much.
Bruh, I so wish you can keep it like that. A lot of people can learn
I hope so. I hope so. I think my greatest advice to anyone going through whatever they're going through is just know that for as long as that there's breath in your lungs, God's not done. He's not done, and he's not done. He's just begun. So that's my greatest advice.
Wow. Guys, I am Liteta Juidi. And I was with Unana Bulabula, a singer, an actress, my wife. My wife on Batata Housewife Club. She was playing Usiziwe. A whole BA honors graduate in
And
theatre.
soon to be master's graduate.
Yes. Yeah, guys, that was it with the Usiziwe. Any last words? And your handles as well, please.
Oh, on Instagram, catch me on Instagram, I am at Nana Bulabula. On Facebook, I am my actual first name, which is Liseko Itemba Lenguquko Bulabula. But if you type in Nana Bula, Nzavela. But my last words, my sign out. Anyway, it was your girl Nana B. This was really good chilling with you. From this heart to yours with love. Don't kill me! Don't kill
Guys, I
me!
really hope you all enjoyed this episode. It was all laugh and giggles all the way. All the way. I really hope you all enjoy this episode. Thank you. Yo, that was nice.